was Peter Griffin. Peter Griffin got sucked out into space.
Keep walking forward. It would be funny.
Let's see what the complication is.
Are we ready to play some Wrath and Glory? This is Zombies of the Damned episode.
Raw.
Raw.
Like raw, dude.
Raw. Raw, man.
Like raw, dude.
Dobra.
Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Wrath and Glory. We've been going through the Litanies of the Lost adventure, and we just completed the first one, right? Thurston, what was the first adventure called?
The Grim Harvest.
The Grim Harvest. And the second one I think we're coming up on is called
The Vow of Silence.
So we're currently getting ready for that. So Litanies of the Lost is just multiple adventures that can be kind of strung together. And obviously after clearing out that agri world, there's killing multiple Xeno scum and determining if people or machines should pull up elevators for a living. Imagine we just away, but we get that with the recap. But of course, you guys need to know who brings you these amazing episodes. We're going to start off with, it's Hulky.
Hello, that's me. I'm Hulky Crow. I'm once again playing the Lexmechanic Aloysus. Is that all you want, Von Zoran?
Yeah, it's a short and snappy, remember?
Yeah.
We're like, it's you, kablam.
Hey, it's me.
And then it's Odo.
Hello, I'm playing Khelrana.
And then it's Speaker D.
I'm Speaker D, and I play Captain Alden Rosh, the Rogue Trader.
And of course, we have our game master, Thurston Hillman.
Good day.
That's it. It was a good day. I imagine you did like that hand wiping thing. It was good day.
I scratched the bottom of my beard. That was that good.
And of course, I am Zone the Bear. I'm playing Roos, the Ogryn Warrior. And Thurston.
Yes.
What adventure do you have for us today?
Well, following the events of the prior adventure, where you managed to retrieve, foodstuffs for Captain Alden Rosh's vessel, the Bird of Paradise. You've managed to depart the Valley of Ankara, however, stranded within the Gilead system, given the depredations of the Cicatrix Maledictum. However, you've been dispatched on a mission by a senior rogue trader in the area, one Jaquel Veronius, whom Alden, you've had dealings with in the past. Veronius has massive holdings in this region, and through old writs of trade and warrants between different rogue traders, he has what would be the equivalent of seniority, though you are able to sort of chart your own path in how you do things. Jaquel Veronius maintains a large flotilla here and has something of the ability to requisition forces in the name of the Imperium while they're acting in Imperial space, something you know quite well. After your success in the Valley of Ankara, you received a dispatch from Veronius, who'd promised to assist with some larger repairs on your vessel, but only in exchange for some assistance from you and your most trusted or skilled and or useful crew members. Oh no. And with this, I'm going to make Speaker D read the handout.
Ooh.
Am I a
joy.
trusted member, sir?
Of course you are, but give you just a moment while I make this large enough for me to read.
That's right. You drag that bigger.
Yeah,
Make
I
that
gotta
text
figure out
bigger.
how to oh god, here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna break our framing real quick, and I'll try to, oh god, I can't go, wait.
Yeah,
I can kind of get it there.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, all right.
Dear pesky plumbers. Sorry, wrong tab.
Attention, patrolling worker. Sorry, I took your bit there. My bad.
Dictated by Khelrana, subject relic retrieval, target thighbone of Saint Hephaestium, location Silent Monastery, Hephaestium's Rest. Loyal servants of the Imperium, I am dispatching you to retrieve an important relic from the island monastery of Hephaestium's Rest. The thighbone of Saint Hephaestium was sharpened into a dagger and used to banish a foul corruption of chaos that threatened the Imperium centuries ago. Since that thighbone's use as a weapon against the vile entities of the warp, it has been entrusted to the care of a group of monks devoted to protecting what few trappings remain of Saint Hephaestium in their monastery on Enoch. Artifacts of this kind are, at the very least, inspirational on the field of battle, which is enough of a reason to send a team such as yourselves to requisition one. However, this is only part of your mission. We have reason to believe a traitor of the arch-enemy has infiltrated the monastery and is seeking to purloin its vital produce. Always vegetables with these fellows. Whilst your task to retrieve the relic is no mere cover, if you only achieve one thing in your mission, let it be this: discover that traitor and destroy them. I traveled to the monastery once in my younger years, having walked upon the winding staircase to reach the brooding structure at the highest point of the unnamed island it rests on. Thousands of pilgrims have made similar journeys in the past several centuries, but in recent months, the monastery's attendant monks have gone entirely silent. Compounding this sudden lack of communication, retrieved passenger manifests indicate that the few pilgrims traveling to the monastery in these trying times have failed to return. I've arranged transport to the monastery's island through a local naval transport barge operated by one ship mistress Amsel. Once you reach the island, head up to the monastery, destroy the traitor, and secure the thighbone by any means necessary. I suspect the lack of communication from the residing monks means some foulness has taken root on the island. Speak with the ship mistress to learn what you can during your journey, but otherwise, focus on returning the relic intact. Courage is the Emperor's gift. Repay him with victory.
A good, solid first read.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very
job.
good.
Thank you.
Get a hero point, except those don't exist in
Yay!
this game. So
So you're nice on Wrath, you get them all. Right?
You know, Speaker is banking that, like making a mental note.
yeah, we're gonna get back to rock grind.
Yeah. Excuse me, Thursday.
Once
You
upon a
notice
time.
Tannhauser has +1 hero point. In fact, I'm going to write that in my notepad real quick, okay?
I do
Chat,
live
you
in
remember,
Abt.
And whenever we come back in Rock Grind next year, you got to remind Speaker.
I live in abject fucking fear of the time where Speaker just decides to rewatch all of Rock Grind and comes back at me with all of these moments.
You
'Cause
see-
there have been a few of them.
You see, you are safe because I cannot stand to listen to myself in a TTRPG context. So you are safe for now.
Perfect. Excellent. I love it. All right. So with that, unless there are any objections to, taking over your characters, you would have made your way to Enoch and obtain the transport Lady Amsel's barge towards the unnamed island with the monastery of Hephaestium's Rest.
Listen to your mic, if you don't mind.
Yes. I think I see what's going on. It's my mic is lowering a bit. Okay.
You got to deep throat it. You got to go, there you go.
This is of great providence, gentlemen and Eldar.
Yeah.
Good job, man. And racism.
Yes.
And honor.
Yes.
This is weirdly like the one show where everyone's like, oh yeah, they do racism. All right.
Yeah,
They
good
do
job,
what?
guys. Yeah. Fuck.
Great racism. 10 out of 10.
Jesus.
What's
High
probably
five.
happening? Like the viewership of this one when it goes up on YouTube is gonna be super low because YouTube's gonna read like all the audio captions and go like super racism. Like, wait a minute.
Super
Don't
racist.
like that. Like, but it's Warhammer. We're not. It's not serious. No, it's like it's stupid. But you're like,
Oh, no.
Once the Bird of Paradise has been fully repaired, no doubt our path out of this system will finally become much clearer. especially since we've now been stocked up on foodstuffs. It will be quite commendable for the senior rogue traitor to be able to supply us with the requisite torpedoes and armaments and engine sears and all that hoopla in order to get us moving again.
Yes, of course, Captain. And we have in that time managed to repair the large ordnance systems aboard the vessel?
Yeah, do the guns work? He bites on a piece of corn.
Yes, some of the guns work, but not all. We are not at peak operating efficiency. They gave me this bloody thing, half functional. I fixed it, and then, of course, the warp storms came. And so here we are.
Yes, the Immaterium's tides are ever fickle, Captain. But as I have stressed before, my offer still stands. I am more than happy to bring your ordnance batteries to beyond peak capacity. You need only give me your blessing to work my magic.
And what exactly does that magic entail?
Well, you have steel and you have flesh. That should suffice for rebuilding your weapon batteries and their ordnance. Improvise until we get proper thrice-blessed munitions. But when in a pinch, resourcefulness is no different than providence.
I'm
Hold on.
still...
Am I hearing that you said flesh and metal, you're gonna shove the deck workers into your guns?
Well, we're going to shove them into the batteries to operate the mechanical components. Most individuals of the human species do not make for potent munitions. Well, most, I should say, abhumans, barring that. But there are ways to get them online. I'm sure I could fabricate some low-grade munitions with what we have on board. There's plenty of promethium.
I'm just imagining you're going to get a bunch of guys together just to kick the bullet out real hard. Manpower, I'll do it.
It is a beautiful wedding of flesh and machine. Both parts work in tandem to create a beautiful symphony, worthy of the Omnissiah's notice.
As confident as I am in your genius, Aloysus, I would be remiss not to mention that I am a tad bit nervous about any measure that would further reduce my crew's dwindling numbers, even among the dregs.
Entirely valid, Captain. Perhaps we can find some more willing and devout volunteers on our next destination.
Yes, I'm certain we can. We'll keep an eye out for any servitors not in use or any poor bastards that we can press gang. In the interim, I shall be asking each of you, are you prepared to undertake this mission with me? We are more than likely going to face off against heretics. Heretics are far greater follies than for... And then I have an explosion. Heretics!
A small gasket explodes, some meal gets sucked out into space before it gets sealed off by a bulkhead.
Listen.
See, this is what
I'm
happens when you don't
listening.
let me make flesh bullets.
As I was saying, I'm so sorry. My brain just suddenly stopped working. I don't know what happened. Heretics are dangerous, and we are going into the very heart of the infestation. There is likely a traitor at work, a traitor that has already subordinated God knows what on this misbegotten isle.
I'm sorry, what knows what?
God Emperor knows what on
There
this
we
misbegotten
go.
isle. Oh, God. All right, someone else should
Emperor.
talk, because the speaker is not doing a good job today.
Rick stands up to attention, and he'll do like a
Can I interject really quick here?
yeah.
I want to go back very slightly. This is Roos related. You mentioned that Roos was snacking on corn. So
Yes.
when you left the Valley of Ankara, do you just have a duffel bag of corn now?
I have a stash in his tiny bunker side.
Yes.
All under his bunk is filled with corn that's slowly rotting, and he just munches on it every so often. This is my war cash.
Okay, perfect. I wanted to get more backstory on where the corn was coming from. Thank you.
Oh yeah, he's happy as a clam. Just munches on it like a deer or something.
Beautiful.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
All right, you may continue now, Roos.
I'm ready to protect you as much as ever, sir. I hope I did a good job last time. Hey, I think I did better than some of the other excursions I went on.
You've done an excellent job so far, Roos. Your value is second to none. Without you, I don't know if we would have survived that dreadful clawed fiend.
It's so much better when some of the orcs came down and killed like 10 of my sons in a row.
Well,
he has a flashback of Roos like fighting orcs, and one commissar was like, "It's like I now have you," and then the commissar behind, "I got you," like they keep coming in a line, and he's like, "I got you." So
I'm gonna make a narrative declaration here.
All right.
The flashbacks very much involve Speaker and Hulky's orcs from the Orcasode episode.
I'm just amazing. Go ahead.
I'm Rich Fish Backhander, and I'm here to tell you that this commissar's dead, yeah?
No, it's my 10th one today, sir. Just give me a moment.
Hey, you should read about it, keeping those commissars alive. I'm Creighton's Warclad, by the way. Pleasure to meet you, big boy.
Won't
you give us one of your
people to protect? I'm not a good protector.
It's okay, we won't tell nobody of these little trepidations. Just like the captain says, hand over one of your teeth. You'll be right.
If I give you teeth, you let me live?
No. Sure.
No.
Wait, hold on.
Kill me and one will not.
Captain, hold on, come over here.
One says
what's your
truth
big
and one
thinking,
says lies.
Is we gonna kill this one? Is we gonna crump this one? Or is we not gonna crump this one? I thought we were
I don't know. I ain't bleeding thought yet. I figure it depends on how big the teeth is. All these homies got their tiny little molars.
Oh, yeah, he's right. Those teeth ain't worth that much.
I got.
Oh, you have him
Oi.
on hand.
How big's your tooth?
Roos will pull out his biggest, luckiest tooth, and it's like a motherfucker, right? Like for human size, like you would have to hold on to it with your whole hand.
Just yanks it out?
He pops that out and he goes, "It's the biggest teeth I got, sir. But it's solid though, kink." Just taps on it like, it's full of the good stuff, sir.
Shock, mate. You on, mate?
Now that's flash. Let's get that tooth and get out of there.
Yeah. You're right.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is all happening while Roos is like staring into the middle distance, and there's like a conspicuous gap between two teeth visible. So we're just like, Roos? Hello? Roos?
He's been having 1,000-yard stare as he's been saluting. the Vietnam black and white footage is playing. He's like, "Oh, we're not fighting orcs, are we, sir?"
No.
Ah, okay, sir. I'll get you nice and ready, sir.
We can always take a look and extract those memories if they're troubling to you.
They're my
I know you
memories.
do this
Get
quite
away.
often. Okay, that's fine. You can keep them inside your head.
Say, that reminds me, Roos. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question?
How fast will you say the question?
Where did you come from?
If he had a hat.
Oh my
He
fucking
takes his
god.
headband and he kind of crumples it to his chest. And as he holds on to it, he looks longingly to the stars with a tear rolling down. And he goes, "Cadia stands, sir. Cadia stands."
Oh, he's from Canada. All right.
That shirt's getting made, by the way. That's becoming a reality. Canadian stands is happening.
Yeah.
It's like 3 sectors north of Cadia.
You know what? Fuck Cadia. We're doing Canada, that planet. It's the one. I don't know if anybody remembers the long history of like the hurricanes, of how Katrina messed up Louisiana far ago, and then there's another hurricane that came through called Rita that actually did a little bit more damage. That's what happened. Cadia got all messed up in the big lore, but Canada, who's a little bit up north, which is a snow planet, just got obliterated.
Horus came back to life there. They just don't talk about
Yeah.
it.
For a split second, he just
They're
manifested
polite
and
about
cracked the world. Oh yeah, that big old Primarch, that Horus, he broke our planet in a billion little pieces. But you know, we see what happened to Cadia. It's real sad. We don't really like to bring it up a whole lot.
Dude.
Feel bad for him.
Yeah,
You know,
but-
Cadia stands and all that.
You know,
How's that
They're-
hurt,
they're-
Thurston?
they're especially known for their death cults, their hitmen. I've heard that they're the best there was, the best there were, and they're best there ever will be, actually.
Oh, fucking God. I hate myself. Because I know, like, the lore nerd in me is like, oh, well, it's actually very interesting because Horus's original weapon before it was destroyed was called World Breaker, which is a very important lore point. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I hate myself. I'm such a nerd.
I mean, it makes sense. How else would he have broken Canada in twain?
Right?
Yeah.
The very important canonical lore point that James Workshop told me about himself.
I want it to be known that in Canada, that whenever the heretics decide to come into it, that the first wave was so brutalized, and so many in the grim dark future, right, where horrible war things happen, they found war crimes. That's how bad the chaos got beaten in the first wave. Like, that's why I want that to be established. Like, they found war crimes.
That was the Canadian.
The Imperium was like, whoa.
That was the tribunal. They made whole legislatives about that.
Yeah.
The High Lords knew about Canada. They covered it up.
The Canada cover-up?
We don't
There's
talk
some
about
Warhammer
that
fan
voice in the
listening to
world.
this who's having a fucking stroke.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
This is
Like, there's gonna be 4 lore channels that are gonna be like, is this like a real fucking thing? Like, what book did they talk about Canada in?
Well,
Yeah, Oculus Imperia is about to wake up in a cold sweat. Something is
well, you know what's gonna happen.
very wrong.
Well, you know, Thurston, is you wrote this adventure we're doing, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
you
I
wrote
did.
this. So this is Thurston's adventure that got officially published. So we're doing Thurston's thing. And
Yes.
so next time, you just got to find what every fucking writer does in tabletop RPGs is just find some sneaky way to write Canada somewhere and hope an editor and the creative director and everything just does not find it.
I think I've mentioned this before, but that is like my all-time like want to get through an editor and all sorts of checks. I've had it twice before final printing a book that my name is spelt Thruston, and I never call it out. It's like a rule of mine because I need someone else to make that mistake. Because if Thruston makes it into print, I'm fine with it. But every time some fucking editor finds it and messages me, I love all of the editors at Paizo, but they will message me and be like, "We caught the Thruston." I'm like, "Damn it, damn."
They found it.
They
My
found
secret.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But sure, I'll sneak Canada in there. I don't know.
Hey, you know what, chat? In the narrative declaration Discord, if you're listening to this on podcast, it should be discord.gg/narrative declaration. If it gives you an error that just means for some reason the link died, just try again another day. You guys should go to our Discord and then write up lore for Canada.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Just
for the
like
planet and
Star
stuff.
Is
I
that-
want it to be
is-
as Canadian horseshit as possible.
Someone's gonna do like the fucking Dornian heresy equivalent of this shit.
Yeah.
You guys are all stupid. Okay, this is the dumbest bit since the MILFs. I'm listening to Super
I
Monkey
think
Ball
of them.
Atmospheric Drum and Bass. Listen, you are all going to experience it. You're going to say, oh, this is so funny. And then in like a week, you're going to have 4 people make a Canada joke, and you're going to want to scour your flesh off of
You're
your
right.
skulls.
You're right, the
Yes.
bit's gonna go over way too often. So, regardless,
This is why we don't have complications anymore. It would just be fucking Canadian one.
All the way
the
down.
Canadian squad shows up and commits war crimes in your enemies.
That's campaign 2. That's campaign 2. The secret story of Canada.
Okay, we've been on this for a bit too long. That
Yeah.
Bruce answers your question.
We are so committed to the bit.
We are.
Officially, if we don't want the bit, it's Cadia, but for the funny, it's Canada. So you can take either or however you want. I'll give that up to you.
Can't leave it in their hands.
I mean, most of the speakers' hands. I'm fine with either.
Alden stares at Roos, who's presumably just sat there, said one thing, and then started drooling.
Yes, for a long while.
All
The
right,
flashbacks are back.
who's ready to go to the planet now?
Me, I'm ready.
I am.
Am I invited?
Unfortunately, yes, we do need a mystic psyker of some sort. And I suppose you've proved your worth down at the Agri world.
Oh, well, thank you kindly. I was almost hoping you'd leave me alone on the ship, and then I get to do funny things.
No, you will never be left alone on this ship without direct supervision, Khelrana. Not after last time.
Oh,
What happened
come
last time?
on. Listen, it was only a little bit of fear and terror inspired in the lower decks because I got really bored.
We almost had a complete Gellerfield failure thanks to your little incident.
Yeah, well, when you can walk through walls, it's really funny to make people think that the ship is haunted.
Well, if you don't be on your best behavior, Khelrana, I assure you, I'll really turn you into a ghost.
Oh, you do that for me?
Anytime. Now,
On God?
I believe we should be shortly to the ship mistress' newest transport, that we may make our way to the barge and find our way to this mysterious, nameless monastery.
All right, sir. Oh, I've never been to a monastery before.
Oh, they're quite nice, Roos. Ever quiet, filled with the chants of the faithful, ripe for picking the most devoted followers to rally to your cause.
Why do you describe them like the apples?
Faith bears the finest fruits, Roos. You need only reach out and pluck one.
Also, Aloysus can't see, so as far as we know, that's
I
just
can
kinda how he
see fine.
envisions
It's just an
people.
augmetic.
Okay. Kind of like looks left and right. Can you eat the worshippers?
No!
I mean, yes, but you shouldn't eat
Don't
them.
tell him yes! The answer is no!
I'm obligated to be honest. It's simply
Good
policy.
theory.
Yes, you can eat them, Roos. Just don't eat them.
Wait,
Okay.
don't you grind people up into funny little gross-looking nutrition bars? I guess you
Yes.
can.
The leg bars are my favorite.
It's a hypocrisy on the part of mankind, but generally it's reserved for those who have already shuffled off this mortal coil, or who are running afoul of the powers that be. They
my God.
tend to frown upon people being eaten alive, as I assume Roos may attempt to do.
I'm learning so much about your rich, vibrant culture.
It is.
Thank you very much for elucidating me.
You know, I'm actually looking forward to when I'm not having this conversation and instead being shot at by heretics. Can we leave now?
Captain, you love us. Come on.
We've come so far that Speaker is the one who's pushing the plot along.
How's it
I
feel?
know.
man?
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
How does it feel? Oh, it's a delight. I gain power from pain, my friend. You think I can't just let you keep spinning the wheels for another hour and a half? You really think that I'm not willing to let you do that? I'm doing you a service.
Come on, Sam. And he starts walking.
All right.
He goes the wrong way first, and he goes to the right way.
Oh,
All right, we do a Star Wars style transition where it's like a black sheet goes over and we're into a new scene. All of you are on a boat. The taste of salt is heavy in the air, punctuated by the heavy whir of engine sounds coming from the back of the 10-meter long boat. Coughing bangs from the engine come as frequently as freak waves, with both of them producing similar jarring sounds. An island rises in the distance, its gray stone form capped with a darker stone structure set against an overcast sky. A raven-haired woman, garbed in a set of well-worn blue naval fatigues, stands at the vessel's fore, looking out towards the island. She pulls out a small brass telescope lens and peers through it before offering each of you a look. There it is. Hephaestium's Rest. The monastery you're seeking is the crown of that dreary little island. Not too much longer before we reach it. I'll bring us into the docks, but I'll leave all the climbing up to the monastery in your capable hands. No way I'm leaving my ship to go to that damned place. You know that this woman is ship mistress Cestia Amsel, who has been running this path of from the primary Enochian docks that you landed by, and then to the island for some 2 decades or so. She's a woman in her early 40s.
Shipmistress, what can you tell us exactly about the perils in store for us? You seem rather anxious to be gone from this place. It gives me tale that this island has a reputation.
Well, only a handful of the trips I've made over the past year. I've only done a handful of them, maybe less than a dozen. Well, none of the pilgrims I ferried over ever asked for transport back. Never had any signals from the island to go pick them up.
I see. So they either found their place within the religious commune or have otherwise been taken from our mortal coil.
That's what I gather, yeah.
And there have been no strange noises, rumors, sightings, anything worth mentioning?
Give me a difficulty 3 persuasion test, my friend.
It shall be done.
Oh,
Roll the dice!
The dice have been rolled 6 successes with 1 shift possible.
If you would like to bank that glory, you may bank that
We're
glory
full on
otherwise.
glory.
Oh, we're full on glory! Haha! All right, then you get. With that sort of push, she looks at you. The monks go in silent, and the pilgrims disappear, and all started after some damned celestial event. Other ships around at the time said they saw strange lights in the sky around Hephaestium's Rest. Most of them were too tired or too drunk to relate anything more than that. Something happened, but that's all I know.
Strange lights in the night sky. How interesting. Do you happen to know anything about Saint Hephaestium themselves? I'm tragically unfamiliar.
She was a woman who came here on the original settlement vessel. There's something wrong with the Gellerfield, and things got on board the ship. She recited hymns to the God Emperor in front of the things that came forth. She kept the people safe long enough for them to leave the unreal space and make it here. But when she did, they gouted her with hellfire, and all that was left was her thigh bone and some tattered bits. So they made her a saint.
Well, that's an uplifting story. I appreciate your candor.
I love barbecue.
I don't
Do
know
you
if
now,
that's-
big guy?
I don't know if that's the way we should really be going with this one.
Roos, I'm gonna be real. You gotta take that a few steps back, my friend.
Oh, okay. He takes a few steps back, and the boat starts to.
The boat begins to lift slightly.
No.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Okay,
metaphor,
he
metaphor,
takes a few
metaphor.
steps forward. Sorry about that.
Hold on, I just think he's hungry. Here, Khelrana's gonna reach inside her coat and gonna pull out a piece of corn and hand it to him.
He eats it out of your hand like a horse. Like,
See,
Does-
everything's
does-
good.
Is there anything else that he lacks?
Oh, he'll eat pretty much anything. He likes corn. He really likes apples. He likes barbecue, apparently. Not really sure what that is.
I bet he's like, I also eat people, and he's just staring at the guy wide-eyed, just.
The ship mistress is like,
He likes apples better, though.
Just,
So you know,
know-
the music I picked just has like the skull island, like dun dun dun. I switch it out for the official vibe, but it's like like this doom, like he's gonna eat you.
well, I'm guessing, and she kind of looks in at you, Roos. I'm guessing you're kind of the muscle of the operation here.
Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty
They rely,
nicely.
don't they? Do they rely on you?
Oh, I do my very best to protect him. Isn't that right, everybody?
Uh-huh. He's rather tanky.
Well, you know to always be prepared, right?
Oh yeah. I got
Alright.
my spicy rocks, and he shows his frag grenades.
And that, at the exact same moment, she looks at you and pulls out from her coat a single frag grenade that she hands to you.
Oh, hands to me?
Yeah, she hands you a frag grenade.
I thought we were about to have a duel of
No.
frag grenades. Like, I have you all now. You all die here. And I'm like, mine's bigger than yours.
Yeah, frag grenades on a boat? What could go wrong, dude?
Well, okay. I will read the friggin' text here. If they succeed on the test, Amsel is friendly with the agents. She also lends them a single frag grenade, saying, "Always be prepared. Just for the love of the Emperor, don't use this anywhere near my boat. Don't use this anywhere near my boat."
Roos will take the grenade and hand
Immediately
it
pulls the
to
pin.
Alden. It'd be like, here you go, sir. Here's the baby one.
Why don't you hold on to it for now?
No.
I trust.
No.
Are you refusing a direct order from your sir?
I'm sorry, sir. He cradles it. Oh, just, it's puny, because his grenades are like fucking footballs, right? And
Bro's got pineapples.
yeah, he's
Literal
if you
pineapple
ever look
grenades.
up, I recommend you look this up. Look at the World War II Nerf grenade or like Nerf rocket. Basically, they took a Nerf football and put a grenade in it. And you used to throw it at tanks because they're like, oh, well, people back in the day knew how to throw footballs. So why not put a Nerf thing over it, and then you can just throw the footballs at the tanks?
This is the kind of technological advancement we really need in the US
That's
of A.
actually incredible. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was a test thing they were doing, so that's his. But of course, that's a normal regular grenade, so he felt embarrassed. He goes, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to disrespect you that way.
Well, that's quite fine. If you must, I suppose I could carry it for you.
Oh, good, thanks, sir. I
I'll
don't
take
like
the
carrying the
grenade.
puny weapons. They make me feel small.
Well, I assure you, you are the very opposite of small. And we are the
Thank
very
you.
opposite of on the island. Let us change that and get on the island. And I presume that we're docked with the island at this point, yes?
You're making your way. You're almost there. She's kind of pulling up into the docks.
I'll keep my eyes out for anything strange.
Yeah, you can give me an awareness test. Sure.
You got it. Awareness is not my expertise. What difficulty number?
Unknown.
Okay, I'll
Uh-oh.
put it at difficulty 1. Oh, hey, that's 3 successes.
Okay. You see the structure at the top of the at the far up top of the island, the sort of stone monastery. You see some of the windows far off in the distance, but you're pretty low. You're gonna have to go through some rocks and outcroppings and pathways to get up there from where you're kind of making your way towards.
Well, I wish we had remembered to bring our climbing gear.
Oh, there's a path. You just have to follow it.
But that's good to know.
There it is. And she points ahead, the shipmistress says, to a visibly worn section of ceramite that juts out from a circular section of open sand. It's kind of under this soaring gray cliff. She's bringing the vessel in, which, as she gets it close, she just hops off and in a single fluid motion takes a weathered rope from the stone pylon at the dock's edge and ties it to the vessel. All right, that's it. As far as I can take you. You'll need to head up those stairs over there to reach the monastery.
Alright.
Duly noted. Thank you very much for your attention. When we're finished here, how will we be able to reach you?
I can give you my Vox frequency. You can contact me there.
Excellent.
As you're starting to get off at this point, like, you all smell this like salty but like rotten smell in the air.
Ooh.
Well,
It's probably let's see here. It's probably as you're getting out, I would say it's Aloysus who notices there are several fish that are like up on their sides on the top of the water that are like basically being pushed back and forth by waves into the side of the dock. Just like dozens, if not more, of fish corpses.
Yuck.
Can I roll a scholar check to see if this is just your standard, like, just, fish that pass and are washed up on shore? For this,
Not scholar. This would be more investigation or survival.
okay. Let me see. I will roll invest on this one.
Yeah, difficulty is 4.
On 4. Ooh, might not be able to suss this one out.
See what happens.
No, I win these. 6
Yeah, you
successes in one
do.
shift.
Very good.
Wow,
Very
okay.
good.
Nice.
So with that, what you can tell is that these fish were caught by some kind of primitive explosive device. There's like shards of jagged shrapnel in each of them.
Did somebody throw an IED in the water? Was this a mine?
Yeah, Roos points to like the fish fed on a water mine.
No, I don't think they hit a water mine, Roos. Typically, they're designed so that fish can swim around them. Something would have to be pretty big to trigger that. But why? Roos, you didn't drop that grenade off the side of the boat, did you?
No, sir.
Aloysus stares at him. The hololithic display on his faceplate lights up as an eye narrows, and he's staring at him auspiciously like,
Are you certain?
I gave the grenade to Alden, sir.
You didn't have a secret third grenade that we didn't know about, right?
No.
Aloysus, stop harassing the abhuman. This clearly wasn't Roos.
I'm merely doing due diligence, Captain. You're okay, Roos. I just wanted to make
I've
sure.
been with you the entire time, sir.
Yes. But I know how sneaky you can be. Work on it. You're doing very good, my friend.
And Aloysus will
Oh,
fish
thank
out
you.
a little piece of candy from his cloak.
Here you go.
He unwraps it diligently like a little tiny wrapper. Like, oh.
There's a little, like, aphorism inside.
He's like, oh, thank you so much, sir. Just, it's got a fortune.
What does the fortune say, Zorin?
You're going to have an explosive day.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That's not a
so
good omen.
That doesn't seem foreboding at all.
No, as somebody who regularly reads omens, that sounds like, sure sounds like one.
So, these fish have shrapnel wounds in them? Oh, they
Right.
smell dreadful.
Yes.
So, this place has been silent, yeah? Haven't heard anything in or out, and people are hucking grenades into the bay? Am I getting
Yes,
that right?
It does not bode well if there's already defense devices or offense devices detonating nearby.
Can you reach one of the fish? Perhaps we can inspect the shrapnel.
I suppose so. Aloysus will reach down towards one of the fish closest to the dock.
Yeah, you can easily grab one.
He'll fish it out.
It looks like it's just been impaled with like lots of just like metallic and random debris. Nothing's really like salvageable or notable here, but from your basic like tech knowledge, you'd know that this is fairly primitive in terms of application. Like this isn't like some like great manufactured weapon. Like,
Gotcha.
This is something that is probably makeshift.
It appears that we can rule out one of the options. While I believe Roos in his statements, it is not of standard Imperial make. These flechettes are flechettes in name only. They're not standard tooled. This is not the Munitorum's work. No, this is something like an improvised device. Quite primitive, in fact. I don't think any Imperial worth their salt will be making things like this. It's likely the insurgent forces who are responsible for whatever has laid waste to these poor pescatarian life forms.
So call me paranoid, but we're not dealing with shrapnel that would come out of, say, a frag grenade of this manufacture, and I'll once again present the frag grenade given to me by the shipmistress.
No, not at all. That would be much more uniform. It wouldn't look like this. This appears to be just ersatz, bits of metal, syringes, rebar.
That's good to know. For my peace of mind, would you mind inspecting it as we walked? We are, after all, looking for a traitor.
Yes, quite. You mean the fish or the grenade?
The grenade.
Of course. And Aloysus will look over the Imperial grenade for similarities to the shrapnel.
Yeah. Are you going to start sort of the walk as this goes on?
I would think so.
Yeah, I think so. This is like Alden is just like, I've got a hunch, I got a bad feeling. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe this is connected.
Okay. Can I? So at this point, I'm going to assume, Aloysus, you are focusing on this grenade, kind of investigating that. What are the rest of you doing as you're sort of walking up this path?
You mind giving me just a quick second to scout ahead with my brain?
Not a problem. I'll rev the hotshot volley gun, and I will prepare myself to be on Overwatch.
All right.
All right. Well, if we need to keep moving, hey, Roos, could you give me a piggyback ride?
Oh, okay.
Yay!
First skills Khelrana piggyback ride.
Yeah, and Khelrana's gonna zone out, and I'm gonna use Scryer's Gaze.
Okay.
Would you like to cast?
Yes.
Would you like to go completely unbound and just see what the fuck happens?
Yeah, fuck it. Immediately going unbound. We know chaos is here. Oh yeah, let's perils, baby.
I'm so excited someone's finally doing this. Thank you. It's
All
for
right,
the
all right.
lulls.
For the lulls. Okay. DN6 on this one. I forgot it was that high.
Yep.
However, I get all the things in the world, but I also complicate, so that's something.
Oh.
I get 10 successes, but I also complicate, so let's
Only
see.
2 shifts possible, so you can increase the range by a factor of 10, so you can 500,000 meters. Excellent.
Oh boy, I wonder if that's enough.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, shift for potency. There we go. Oh wait. Oh, you only have to shift 1. Huh.
Yeah.
Odd. There we go.
Oh, maybe you can. Okay, I think it's because you. I get it. You probably can only do it. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see that perils, baby.
Yeah, perils, please.
Things causing living
Ooh.
creatures to suffer shortness of breath and dizziness. All creatures without artificial breathing are hindered for a minute. Oh, it's just making the walk a little harder.
It's like you're like high altitude walking. You've gone up like 10 feet.
Are there any other like medials going up and down this escarpment? Like they're having no trouble. We're just like dying.
There's just you. There's like these sets of stone stairs that are cracked and broken. So it's like you're having this like difficulty. Like your legs are like made of lead. You're lifting them up. You're having to avoid these cracks in the stone. Move around. It's dangerous.
It's a rough one.
It is. Now, however, you're projecting your mind. Where are you projecting your mind to?
I'm going to attempt to scout out this monastery. I'm going to try to get a little peek inside and see if anything really jumps out at me.
Sure, I will give you here. You know what? Let's do this. This isn't where you actually are, but let's use it as a map here. Ooh. If you go to the top corner of this map, you should see a bit.
Top corner. Ooh.
Top left, yeah.
I'm not gonna have vision because of.
Yeah, you should.
I do not for the stream.
Top left? Weird. Why do you not? Roos is on this scene, so one sec.
Do the Game Master thing where you force someone to go look at that area. Yeah, no. Stream's not getting it. Stream has no vision.
Weird.
Yeah, if you want to put Observer on for stream mode, I think.
One sec. Yeah, one sec. I'll fix this up for you. All right, so you have some vision now. So like again, I'm kind of dropping you on the map here. This is a projection. But you can see that this is an ascent towards a nave here. So there's lots of different, like you can tell that this monastery is built up of several different areas. And what you're looking at, like the sort of approach you have here is kind of the general ascent towards the nave. So the doorway is kind of over here to the east. It's closed. You can't get a look inside. This whole area is sort of psychokinetic or psychoactively locked in a way. So, you know, there's lots of potent, not necessarily psychic energy, but just a lot of things that are like almost like a dead space in some ways that's preventing you from looking in. You can see though to the south of this great sort of stone step walkway, there's a farmland that is got a small orchard of apple peaches. Looks fairly pristine, untouched. You can see that as you're sort of like approaching, there's something odd. You feel some presence as you are approaching here, but you're not able to really discern what it is. Like you're getting a view of the area, but there's something perhaps just beyond the door. And that's what you're really seeing here.
Huh. I don't see any people.
No people. And in fact, the kind of the sealed doors is very strange to you as well. Again, it gives you this sort of oppressive feeling as you try to look through it.
Yeah, and nobody's working the farms.
No.
Yeah, as she's kind of trancing, Khelrana will dictate this to the crew. And yeah, if I don't get anything else out of that, then I'll end the power and get back to my feet.
Yeah. While that's going on, I think I would like... Roos, you're just holding Khelrana. Are you doing anything else during this?
No, just helping her out at this point.
Okay.
Like, he is like keeping an eye in case anything comes at him, but he can only see so much.
Aloysus. Oh, sorry. No, not Aloysus. Alden and Roos. You can both give me awareness tests. The difficulty on this is 6.
Ah, cool. My awareness of 1 will help me here.
Amazing.
Just crit, dude.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay,
I
you get a
rolled a
success.
4.
Yeah, you get a success.
Yeah,
You
1.
could spend all 6 glory.
No.
Damn, I hope it was
Not
hope I
this
can tempt
time.
you.
Speaker probably has a better, right? Right?
I do. I do have a better. I must, surely.
You do.
Let's find out. What's the DN again?
6.
How hard could it be?
You
Pretty
only got
hard.
1.
Pretty hard.
Pretty hard.
Pretty
Now
hard.
remember order of operations here. You can spend Wrath first to reroll some of those, or you can spend Glory, but it's that order. You can't.
I
Yeah,
will. I
after your
will
wrath.
spend a wrath here
Spending hurrah.
since this seems important.
Arathamo.
Awesome. How much
Well-
glory do we have?
A full 6.
I'm gonna spend 4. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Yo. Good to spot things.
All right. That's
That's
exactly
just
enough.
Yeah, so
Nice.
for podcast listeners, because they're not
Yeah.
going to know what you re-rolled, so always remember just to be like, I re-rolled and I got this.
Right.
Um,
Right. So I got.
You
I
can
got,
also click on the
No, that's
the
not
4d6 in it.
That's
yeah,
not
it pops
that.
in.
When you re-roll,
Oh,
there's
no,
like no roll thing, no update, no nothing. It's just
Yeah,
that. Like I always try my best to click so you can see the other results. But yeah, speaking, you re-rolled and got a 5 along with your 6, and then you rolled a 5, 5, 5, and then a 1.
Uh-huh.
So that would be
That
1,
is
2,
correct.
3, 4, 5 successes. No,
Yes.
six. No, you
6. Yeah. It's a success, which is enough for Captain Alden Rosh to notice that far above you, there is a large figure that appears like this large, bulky figure that appears to be watching your ascent. You just see the shadow of it as you look up. And then it's gone.
We're being watched by something with a considerable amount of bulk.
What, sir?
I didn't get a good look at it. I only saw its shadow, but it's watching us. Whatever's here knows we're here.
Oh, it's odd. Because, looking further up the mountain, looks like we're pretty alone here. The doors were sealed off and had a sort of anti-psychic resonance. I couldn't actually push past it. There's an orchard up there, not a single menial work in the fields, no nothing, nobody in that main foyer. It's just empty.
I know what I saw, Khelrana. From henceforth, we shall assume that we are within a combat zone. I want everyone at peak effectiveness. Keep your weapons reloaded and at the ready. At any point, we can be ambushed.
Bruce nods
Sure.
and readies his ripper gun.
Aloysus will take off his glove and ready the arc pistol. This is a monastery. There's plenty of shrines here in this world. It is not unfair to think that there is a construct watching us.
Well, it's being
Ideally-
creepy about it.
With
That's
any
kind
luck,
of part of that. The Emperor's eye never truly shuts.
with any luck, it is just a construct.
Bruce will help lead the way as everyone.
Okay.
I assume everyone's going up, so he's helped lead the
Yes.
way up.
As Khelrana, you're getting off the piggyback ride now.
Yeah, begrudgingly.
all right. Yeah, so you slide off, all of you kind of ready your weapons, your arc pistols and whatnot. You carry on through kind of just a couple little undercroppings of rock, and eventually you find that as the ascent takes you higher, you find a part of the stairway that has been blocked off by a collapse of rubble. If you want to, the best way over this would be probably an athletics test to get to the other side,
Oh, it's me.
which you will have to make
Me.
separately.
me.
But the difficulty for this athletics test is 4.
What's everyone's athletics?
Oh, mine's not actually bad. I was gonna do a funny thing and walk through it, but my athletics is actually not bad. It's 4.
My athletics is 5. I could be worse.
2.
I'm
I think-
so sorry. I wish I could cast psychic powers upon you.
So I
It's
think
okay, I have the powers of more dice.
whoever gets to the top should immediately help Aloysus up.
Okay.
Good idea.
Bruce will begin the climb up.
All right, give me a difficulty 4 athletics test, Roos.
You got it. I
Holy
complicate,
shit.
but I have
Yeah.
7 successes with a shift.
So if you want,
shift
I
that,
will let you use the shift instead of a glory.
Okay.
I will let you use the shift to bring one other person up with you.
And I'll do that. Aloysus comes up with Bruce.
Okay, perfect.
But the complication is
Then roll the complication.
Picking him up like a
machine
kitten.
spirit. Some technology in the scene malfunctions. Wait, we should probably game this.
Oh,
This
no.
could be something you
Yes.
own, something you're interacting with, or something
Yep.
in the environment. A stray
Yes.
servo skull or cherub could interrupt whatever you're doing.
Uh-oh.
So I'm assuming Roos is like he tries to grab Aloysus, but he doesn't he looks at your head and then he looks at the servo skull that's on your shoulder. He's like, well, I don't want to hurt your head. So, so he grabs the servo skull, which I assume is like attached to you in some way, and he lifts you up with that. And I assume that thing gets pissed off and starts stabbing with its little like pencil, like pin thing. Like,
Yeah, it's got like needles on it because it's like quills.
Make it stop.
Roos, put down Hugin! Stop it!
You gotta come up, down. He refuses to let go. He keeps pulling you up.
No, let go of it!
But I need to bring you up.
Yeah, that's not my head. That's my skull. That's one of my auto quills. Stop! You're going to crush it.
I assume I still successfully bring him up.
There's like chattering, like sparking.
Bruce brings you up. There you go. It don't really hurt, though.
Yes, because you're getting stabbed by its auto quills, Roos. Thank you for the assist up the stairs. But do try to be careful of these two.
Okay.
They might be Imperial technology, but it is no less fragile than a regular human head.
Okay. He looks down at a bleeding hand.
You may have just inadvertently gotten a small tattoo.
It's true.
It's like he's got I Heart Imperium somewhere. It's just
It's a frowny face. It's like the angry face from like the early thousands.
yeah. I role play a situation, but Thurston, is there something you want like bad to happen or?
Well, what I'm going to say is that this is keeping both of you fairly distracted, which means that Khelrana and the good captain have to get up on their own.
Well, up we go. I'll take the first napkin on this one.
Yeah.
To you.
Let's rock. Hey!
Another complication.
Oh no!
But I'd like to use my shift to get Khelrana up.
Absolutely. So 6 successes with 1 shift. Okay. So there's like the servitor grab, like panicking. They're too busy. You manage to like get up yourself, Captain, and then pull Khelrana up with you. Oh.
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 Oh no.
Oh.
I'd like to...
As the audio people are like, tell me, and I'm eagerly opening Speaker's character sheet. While I'm doing that, Speaker, do you want to read that complication?
Lost item. You lose some of your war gear. This could be something important like your weapon or something small as a point of ammo. The loss might be temporary or permanent.
Okay.
I would like to ask Thurston. I would like to ask.
Please tell me you've done the same thing that I've done, which is open your gear section.
Yeah, I'm staring at it.
Are you staring at the one thing on the list that I'm like, oh man, it'd be really funny if Alden lost this one.
Yeah.
gear.
On my character sheet is my ship, so I'm
It's the
imagining
Imperial.
we got up there, excellent. In orbit, just crashed.
It couldn't shoot anyway.
It's just It's just one of those fucking moments where it's like the game, like it's like a fucking Telltale game. Oh, I went up the right path instead of the left path. That means your child will die. Well, in this case, like, I'm sorry, but your ship is gone. I'm gonna remove that Imperial frigate from you. No,
We're just speedrunning the end of WarHams now.
As we know, and there's
yes.
It's not
Yes.
a frigate, it's a star galleon. You gave me specific permission at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, now it's a Stargonian.
It's a galleon. Yeah. All right, wise guy. All right, okay. All right, you win.
I'm here all night.
I wanted to propose that we lose all radio communication with it.
Yeah, we forget.
Yeah, all those
So-
colorful NPCs we're always talking to on the bridge.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm on your fucking team, dude. I'm trying to fucking like make it less here. You know, like, oh, we just lose radio contact with it, so we need to get like a quick go around. You know, like I mean, we could have called an orbital bombardment, but someone forgot, and basically. I was gonna be like, oh, we just lose radio contact. We just have no access to the ship or any excavation until the adventure's done, which was gonna be the same thing anyway.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing at the idea of it just exploding.
Yeah, just the camera fucking cuts to like the dockyard on the other side of the system. Ship explodes, cut back to you. What?
Yeah, just Mass Effect 2 opening is just happening on the Bird of Paradise right now.
Guess who's gonna have to come in and bail you out? Guess who's gonna have to bring you back? That's right.
No, I'll just take away all the ammo for your Hellgun.
That's fine.
I
didn't get with you to ask how much.
I was
ammo
about to
had,
say,
dude.
I was going to assume that you restocked on ammo for your Hellgun between adventures because you were out of ammo, but this just balances that. So as Khelrana like takes your hand and comes up, there's this like slide as like two of your ammo packs come unceremoniously out and begin bouncing down the cliffside.
No! God damn it!
Khelrana just being hit by a shower of bullet shells, just like, ow, ow.
No, grab
your shit on me. Ah!
What was that, Captain?
We're out of ammunition for the volley gun.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. We could probably find you some more. What did you say before you dropped your gun?
God, Emperor, damn it.
See, now you have to be more careful about that. I'm okay with that. It's not my department.
Well, thank you very much, Aloysus. I push him off of the.
I'll allow it. Thurston, what do I have to roll to break my head?
Breaking neck broken, fall damage. Dark Heresy fall damage rules in effect. Stuff.
Bro, I'm falling down these stairs like Javert. I'm going right into that water. The sickening crunch. Swell of brass.
What the fuck is this game?
while the shards of my ship just crunching down all around us.
Just piling down, pouring into the atmosphere, fire coming down. It's a beautiful scene.
Damn, he really do swear this shit by the stars.
This is a great adventure so far, Thurston, I have to say.
Your whole Hellgun goes off too. It's fucking gone.
Oh boy. That's getting slept, I'm sure.
I want to spend a narrative declaration.
Okay.
I want to spend a narrative declaration that he does lose like all his Hellgun ammo.
Yeah.
But he noticed that all of it dropped down as they were climbing up. It's like there's like some cliff things that go like down a hole into the water down below that actually most of it dropped down. But Roos was able finally to stop being distracted and see one of them about to like fall out of his pouch or something, or of his coat, and he was able to quickly go, "Sir," and he quickly snatches it and then kind of hands it to him like, I saved one magazine for you, sir.
Roos, You are the only one I trust with my life.
You accept
You're-
my narrative declaration?
Yeah, I allow it.
Thank you.
If he
He's like,
said no, just take the clip and throw it in.
Actually,
Yeah.
no. You know what? No. You know, I don't want this responsibility. We should ask the stone.
That's true. That's true.
Hey,
Let's
Stone.
see what happens. Yeah, ask the
should
stone.
Sticky
Yeah.
get his ammo back with my narrative declaration? Oh,
Come
hold
on,
up.
Michael
There it is.
Dorn.
It is a strong possibility.
That's a yes to me.
Yeah, that's a yes. Yeah, very good.
Thank you, Michael Dorn.
Beyond the rubble collapse, however, the ascent opens to a cliff top overlooking the island at about a 40-meter mark. The stairs, they seem to wind back into a narrow tunnel, but you can take a bit of a break on this like green cliff to sort of catch your breath from what you've just like the exertion of climbing up and everything. As you do that, the vox begins to crackle.
Phone for you.
Hello? Are you there? It's Amsel here.
This is Alden Rosh.
There's shapes on the cliff. I don't know if it's me or my mind playing tricks on me, but I've seen some things up there.
I
They're
believe
moving
you.
around. I wanna untether.
You have permission to untether.
All right, I'll stick around as much as I can, but I'm gonna give the island a bit of a wide berth until you vox me everything's good.
See to it that you can send a message to the bird of paradise that an Arvis lander is kept on standby for our exfiltration.
No, all right, but remember, there is not a lot of landing points there that are good for those. So you better have a crack pilot if you do.
We'll improvise.
Also, didn't you hear that the bird of paradise just blew up in a tragic explosion, killing everyone? Oh wait, sorry.
Good luck. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
That would have been the best moment. to
Didn't
spring
you
the
hear that the bird
complication.
of paradise was killed by the collectors and the commander shepherd was lost into the lower atmosphere?
Fuck. And yeah, with that, there's like the crackle. Understood. And then she kind of goes off, and you can even sort of see from your vantage point, there's the boat that is like coming out of the dock now.
Well, it seems like my hunch wasn't incorrect. We're not alone. Figures have already begun stalking the perimeter here. We're being hunted.
Oh, how exciting.
I'd heard tell once from an individual that I held on my security council before his tragic demise, a gentleman from Katakin, who told me of a tale where he was once hunted by a member of the Tyranid subspecies through the jungle. We may well be hunted by a similar predator. But like my former Katakan colleague, we must turn the hunter into the hunted. I'd like to turn around, and I would like to see if there are any natural features that would make a good ambush point, or otherwise, places in which we can obtain some sort of tactical advantage nearby.
Yeah, so the immediate area is not really good for it because you're kind of on like an open cliff face. There's things above you, things below you. You're kind of cut off as well because that area you climbed up that took a lot out of you. So you can tell off the bat your only real way forward, and hopefully to find some place with more of a tactical advantage, would be to keep pressing on. You have a reprieve here. It's just you're kind of having your back to a cliff face or a crushed section of rock that you'd have to do athletics to get over if something went bad.
Right. So, okay. But this is not a good place to hold down.
No, because if they came like from up top or through the narrow pathways, like you don't have anywhere to fall back to again, unless you like make athletics checks to try to climb down and shit, which you've already seen can be pretty perilous.
We must double time it forward. And quickly, too. They're on our trail already. They know where they are, and they know this terrain better than us. I'm willing to take tactical advisements from my crew.
Oh, shoot them, sir.
Good thought.
Yeah, it's all I really can do. Unless it's psychic, possibly. But that's a long shot.
Oh, Khelrana. Did you do this? Can you keep up this socket thing constantly? That makes me a lot more durable.
Oh, sure, bud. I got you.
Yeah. Basically, he's asking you to, like, can you just keep casting it on him and sustaining it on him? Like, endurance stuff, so we just have it at the get-go.
So you can cast it and sustain it, but remember, we're still part of this, like, ascent scene.
Yeah.
So you add the extra wrath dice.
Yeah, if you want to risk that. Or do it when you hit combat.
Yeah, it is a free action, so it's just kind of something I can do every round of combat, just so long as I act first.
Okay.
But yes,
Because I think you could. Let me double check which one. And this is which one? Conceal, was that the one?
Dull pain.
Oh, dull pain. Yeah. Which is a. Oh yeah, and that is not a that is not a sustained thing. It's something you just have to do. So.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah. It's more like it's gonna. It restores shock to you. That's the biggest thing. So yeah.
Roos just kind of keeps his ripper gun at the ready. And he helps everyone press forward. You know, being a guard dog.
Yeah. The other option would be to cast conceal, which you could do.
I believe
which is a sustained thing. So you could like cast that now and have it up if you go into combat, which does give you and your allies a bonus to defense and stealth tests.
Indeed, and I think I am going to do that because this thing is hunting us, and the harder we make it, the better that is.
So yeah, and so yeah, please just give yourself and at this point you're past the hindered, like it's been the minute, you're good. But you are still in the same scene, so just one wrath dice. Just when you make the psychic test, it should have the option to add a wrath dice to it.
Okay, add one.
Yeah.
Boop.
And the difficulty is 5. As you attempt to conceal your allies.
Oh, thank God you didn't perils. You forgot to add the wrath die. It's okay.
I did. I put it in.
How many dice do you roll for a test? You're 9 right now?
Yeah.
Just roll a d6, then we'll add it, just so it's there. Yeah, you're good.
Oh,
okay.
thank God.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't perils. Good job.
I didn't have
but
perils.
not so you're basically able to keep it up. You can sustain it. So that's just gonna be something you'll have going on. You and all your allies within 5 meters are +1 defense, +1 to any stealth tests.
Okie dokie.
Thank you, Khelrana.
No worries. Everybody keep low.
As you continue up, you eventually find the path narrowing into a winding stairway, barely a meter wide in some sections. Aloysus.
Yes.
You, with your passive awareness, notice up ahead as Roos is kind of walking slowly with, Khelrana's psychic effects hitting the party. You notice that just up ahead of Roos is a wire that has been set up across the stairs. And Roos is walking towards it.
Roos, stop!
How a devilish grin.
Oh, Roos,
like,
keep
do I
walking
roll
forward. It would be
willpower?
funny.
You motherfucker. Fine, mister. You want to face your consequences of your actions?
He stops. He's like, huh? And he turns around.
There appears to be a tripwire laid across this route.
Wait.
If you were to keep walking, he likely would have triggered it.
Oh,
Here, let me. Aloysus will push up a bit further to
Yep.
where the tripwire point is. What could I use to disarm this? Would that be tech?
This will be a difficulty 3 tech test.
Oh, okay. Aloysus is going to attempt to disarm it.
Okay.
We're okay.
how many
That's
successes?
5
you get?
successes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It's enough for you to tell that on the side of the wall where the wire is some kind of crude explosive. Looks like a cylindrical metal device that's been packed full of various explosives. It's just like a crude bomb.
I keep thinking the Hatsumi. Oh no, pipe bomb.
I wonder what would happen. Oh, pipe bomb, so cool.
Pipe bomb, so cool. Oh no. Oh.
More of these improvised devices. Well, if there was any consternation that we were on the right path, this would be it. They clearly don't want us coming up any further.
A favorite of these heretics, it seems, these improvised devices.
Yes, their misbegotten kind will take whatever they can and have use for and access to in lieu of proper, blessed and maintained imperial equipment. But if we are encountering more and more of these as we progress, we wouldn't be wise to continue keeping our wits about us, lest we get kneecapped or cavitated or decapitated. Roos, I'm sure you could take a few rounds of improvised explosive, but any of us probably not.
No.
Don't worry. Oh god, you're from the pipe bomb. And Roos keeps going.
Okay.
Right. Keep always up, I guess. Seems like our main enemy is holed up in that church, making sure nobody gets in, and whatever they released out here is making sure that we don't make it to the door.
It's okay. We'll beat it up.
That tends to be our usual game plan.
We should be wary, though, of whatever is stalking us along this path.
So
Yep.
we're moving through the thing now.
Yeah, you're passing by it now. As you pass by the wired area, you up further ahead, continuing up these steps that are still winding across the island, right? You do find objects now that are on the ground. The first of them is some prayer scrolls that look like they've been sort of torn up. Like they've fallen off of maybe, devotional scrolls that someone would wear. There's also several beads that look like they might have belonged to like a chapelet ecclesiasticus, like one of those sort of like prayer bead bands that they have. And probably the most stark device here is a chrono timekeeping unit that's on the ground.
How recently does it look like this this stuff was destroyed?
It looks like it was dropped here recently enough that it looks out of place. Like there's not like moss or anything that's grown over it. There's like some dusting from, the salty air and so forth. But aside from that, it looks like it's a fairly recent development. One thing you do notice, though, as you look, is the chrono is stopped.
At what time?
Give me a DN3 scholar test.
Sure thing.
10 seconds ago. Roll initiative.
One success. I can't read time.
You can read the time, but the time on it doesn't mean anything. It's from past at some point, but you're not like sure of the relevance of the date beyond
It's the
a
witching
few
hour.
months ago. Yeah.
Captain, might I have a look at that chrono?
Absolutely. See if you can get any more useful information.
I'm going to use my giga brain powers in figuring out what the point of where it stopped is.
Yeah, do it up. Scholar
Typical-
3.
Scholar 3. Dice pool 10.
Smart nerd.
Smart nerd. Nerd with 8 successes and 2 shifts.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. So first of all, you can shift 1 for glory.
I will do that.
Second of all, that's way more than enough success for you to tell that the chrono times stop is in the same time period that Shipmistress Amsel mentioned to you about the celestial event.
It seems to be this chrono has stopped at the time of the event that Amsel had mentioned earlier. Do they plan their attack at this time?
No. No, then these disappearances started at the time there were strange lights in the sky. This chrono stopped at that time. Khelrana,
Aha.
can you make any sort of psionic resonance or any sort of strange witchery worked upon this chrono?
I'll do my best. Gonna have to drop the shadows.
You could sustain it.
I could, but it would make the sign of science more difficult.
It would increase the difficulty, yes.
And sign of science, I mean, it's already pretty low difficulty, isn't it? What would it increase
Yes. Sorry, what?
What would it increase my difficulty by?
So if you sustain, let's pull it up here. So sustaining, we never had to deal with this in WarHams because
That is
Zoran
true.
had a talent for this. It increases the difficulty by 2 for the other one.
By 2? Okay, D and 5. I've got a dice pool of 9.
Yep.
It's not terrible.
With an extra wrath dice too.
That is true. So it would be 2 wrath dice?
Yeah.
Yep.
For
And you
chance for
can't trigger
extra-
perils on this.
Indeed. So that wouldn't be that wouldn't be too big a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot, and if not, I'll try again without the conceal.
Yeah, you can just actually summon a bloodthirster.
Never mind. I get more successes than God.
Okay.
Got a
Sorry, the
10,
God
dude.
Emperor. And yeah, I'll shift those 2 into glory.
Yeah.
And we only shift 1, but
Only
Oh
one.
yeah, I can only shift 1.
Yeah.
now we're at 5.
Yes, as you do this, so you attempt to sense the presence of the materium on this object. You find none.
Good news, bad news.
Yeah.
No psychic resonance. Nothing. Which means whatever did the owner of this inn didn't use the immaterium to do so. Question then becomes, what the fuck did they do?
Aloysus, you're our only hope of answering that.
There's no immaterial witchery involved. I would presume it's some kind of xenotechnological interference or arrival.
Or perhaps it fell and was broken.
I mean, it looks like whoever used to own it was attacked. I mean, you've got all the shredded paper thingies like Aloysus has got on him.
Would I be able to glean from the watch itself if it, stopped by virtue of, like, just being dropped, or does it appear that it should be functional by all of their accounts?
Yeah, you can tell that it was definitely like it dropped. It was like the impact has stopped the internals. In fact, you can tell without even having to make a check that just the internal gears are jammed up because of the impact.
It would appear that the chrono had stopped precisely upon the date in question, date and time, as if they had dropped it, not by any other interference, but as if they stopped whatever they were doing and either dropped their chrono or outright disappeared.
Well, the bloody bastard was attacked. It probably fell, and that solves that mystery. I say we proceed forward.
Yes. Roos will keep going.
Good idea.
Actually, before we do,
Yeah.
the shredded documents, are they salvageable or readable in any way?
Yeah, they're all devotional script to the emperor. They're different verses and such from the Lectitio Divinitatis. Just holy scriptures that are very common. Like essentially, you would know these to be not purity seals, but longer script versions that would be worn by devoted priests and whatnot of the Munitorum, or sorry, the Ministorum.
Fair enough. I'll pick those up.
Sure.
All right, let's proceed forward then.
All right. So you carry on. You eventually find your way towards the point of Khelrana's visions. The stone steps continue to ascend and ascend further up. Eventually, the vast stone walls rise up from a clearing at the island's peak. Flock of avians chirp high in the sky. Weathered over the ages, the stones remain solid, but covered in clumps of moss at this high level, while the lower portions have seen some care and remain mostly clean. There are patches of clumped salt that can be seen in the areas of stone, while a vast brass aquila stained with oxidization hangs above the immense, now partly ajar, set of wooden double doors. A crisp and cool breeze sits in the air as you all approach up here, while the sting of salt can be tasted with every opening of the mouth. All around, the sounds of crashing waves are heard, coming up from the lower areas of the island. Now, at this point, Aloysus and Alden, as you are approaching, Aloysus, everyone but Roos.
Me?
As you are all advancing up, yes, even you, Khelrana, you notice that behind the double doors that are partially ajar, is a man who is standing there looking out. And so as you approach the vast double doors of the monastery being open, you see a man who peers out, and he looks out with a wide eye, part of his face covered by a bandage, and he simply holds up one finger almost immediately to lips that are stitched shut.
So I was walking down all of Arynia Scarvin in this wonderful shrine world when I found out one of my good friends was here.
Are you having a flashback? We're having a scene, man.
Remember the time that we were on this shrine world?
Aloysus, the horse is here.
Deep grinding metal sounds, faint crying is heard in the distance.
Giggity, giggity, goo.
Roos is just kind of looking at Aloysus going, why are you having a cutaway scene?
I thought it was appropriate for the moment, especially because we had just gestured to not speak.
Yeah, Lois, it's friggin' Aloysus.
Stop. all right.
What does that mean?
I told you no AdMech in the house.
Shut up, Lois. You
the
can't
name
tell me what
where-
to do.
where everyone gets like custom artwork of themselves in the Family Guy style. And it's just this long explanation. Like, look, Lois, like, it's Roos, Aloysus, Khelrana, and Alden from the Wrath and Glory show, a narrative declaration. Like, just this long ass intro.
This was worse than that time that I was on the Bird of Paradise. Cut to a scene earlier where it exploded.
It was Peter Griffin. Peter Griffin got sucked out into space.
I am always saying this. I'm always saying this.
Okay, but if it's not obvious, you had to take a quick break transition, but now we are back. Thurston, what is occurring?
Well,
Hey, why is there a bunch of Nurgle warriors in front of us? What's going on, man?
the Death Guard that appeared during your Family Guy inspired flashback
shit,
have now rolled damage.
Mortarian's here.
Holy crap, this reminds me of the time when I was on the Terminus Est.
This reminds me of the Horus Heresy, Lois.
We're only making it worse. We're only sealing our fate.
Yeah.
Shut up.
All right, so to summarize where we're at, you were walking up the final section of steps. Up ahead, you saw that there's a man who's peering out from the door. You certainly notice, like you've passively noticed his presence. And how are you reacting when you see this man? Everyone but Roos.
I'm shutting the hell up. I'm gonna follow his lead.
Yeah. Aloysus is going to shift to text-only mode and is going to display what he would like to say on his faceplate.
Okay.
Which is, shut up.
Okay.
Yeah, Khelrana will shut up, but definitely casting a glance over at Alden and Aloysus, kind of a, is this normal kind of look? Like a raised eyebrow, like, do you know what this is?
I'll shake my head. No.
Just shrug.
The man comes rushing out from the door. He advances further down sort of the walkway, the processional that leads towards the wooden doors. As he rushes forward, you can see that he is holding what appears to be a battered scroll that he is unfurled and is holding up, and in low Gothic text, you can see written in low Gothic print text, "Follow me silently," with 3 exclamation points.
I nod with 3 exclamation points.
Bruce leans down, not knowing how to read. Oh.
I am going to use a leadership check to convey to Roos that he must be silent purely through body language and authoritative aura.
It's called aura, bro.
What's the difficulty, Thurston?
1 sec.
Or
One sec.
should it be opposed to my thing? Or should it just need to be 2? On willpower.
Well, I think there's a difficulty here, which I will then subtract your relative willpower to. So I'm going to say that the difficulty here, to keep Roos kind of under control without using words, which is an important thing.
Yes.
Being silent, I'm going to say that would normally be a difficulty 5, but Roos's willpower will give a little bit. We'll give 1 of those willpower points, counting it. So let's say a difficulty 4 leadership test from the good captain, please.
You got it.
Oh,
Right on the money.
there you go.
Whew.
Yeah, so with, I don't know, some kinds of hand gestures and whatnot, you are able to, like, get basically relay to Roos the keep quiet thing. And this man is sort of standing there by the statue, holding up the scroll, making sure that you've read it.
He nods and gives the okay sign.
Awesome. It's a good thing Roos and Captain Alden practice those underwater combat drills.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. At this point, the man sort of raises up one of his hands and begins, like, waving you forward towards him.
Bruce will follow.
Yeah, we'll follow.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. And as you start, you can move your duders up if you want. As you start moving up, he continues to wave, and basically, like, waves you all back towards the double doors. He's still like maintaining being quiet. Aloysus, are you going to join the crew?
Of course he is.
I just assume Aloysus waits there. Just waits.
He's just patiently waiting. It's okay.
Get off
He just
Final
lays
Fantasy
down.
or move forward.
Nap time.
I'm not on Final Fantasy. I'm trying to move around
Stop
my
doing your
monitor.
dailies.
I'm not doing my dailies. I have Quiet Guy up on my screen. I couldn't move all the way.
Quiet guy.
Quiet guy. All right.
Luckily, there's a quiet guy.
Can I have? Let's see here. So he comes up, and again, he's about to bring you into the doors, but he's holding up his hand and like makes a gesture, be very quiet, like again, kind of silencing his like putting up the finger to his stitched closed mouth.
Nod, nod, nod.
Okay. He like makes it to seem like he's going to open the door. Are any of you doing anything?
Nope. I just got
No.
my gun at the ready.
He opens the doorway to an impressive nave. This area is an immense entry hall. It's clearly like the admissions area. You can see that there is a wooden plinth at the very, very far end of the room, which is like 30 meters away. There's some kind of brass plinth or brass nameplate on the plinth, but you can't read it from here. And so this man begins to kind of like slowly sort of wave you forward.
As we step through the threshold, I would
Yeah.
like to pop my sinus science again
Okay.
to see if I can suss out what was psychically blocking me.
Are you still keeping the conceal up?
Ooh, that's a good question. When he says come in quietly, does he look like he's sneaking around, being extra stealthy, stuff like that?
He's doing his best to. He's not good at it.
Okay. In that case, I will keep conceal up just
'Kay.
to aid in this a little bit, so it'll
Yeah.
be a little more difficult.
Yeah, it can give me senses. Captain and Aloysus, are you doing anything as you sort of walk up? Roos, I assume you're just kind of walking by this guy.
Yeah, I'm just
on your
following along.
approach.
Only thing Aloysus is going to do is just keep his gun at the ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to be looking to see the surroundings here, see what I can get out of a non-verbal scene around us.
Okay.
Okay, that is right on the money. 5 successes for sinus science. And we are full up on glory, so.
You find that this place is like is very much a psychic dead zone of sorts. Like it's intentionally quieted here, which is strange.
Hmm.
You feel some faint flicker of psychic energy in the distance, but it's really, really tough to pin down. You're not sure. You're not sure at all where this is. And as that is happening, Captain, would you give me an awareness test, please?
Yeah, 100%.
No difficulty on this. This is a medium difficulty.
I understand. Ready.
Secret.
Oh, wow. That's a 5 successes.
Nice.
All right. You begin slowly moving in. As you do so, Captain, sorry, I accidentally deleted your thing, my bad. But yeah, enough for you to know. As you begin moving in, Captain Alden, you hear something. It's coming from up above in the rafters, some 10 meters above you. You hear it before your head slowly adjusts to look up. But you hear.
Boss Sly Stabber said we get us some crumpin' if we stay here a bit longer. But what about that broke up Umi we've been playing with? It ain't gonna last much longer. then we gonna be out of crumpin' toys.
I hear orcs. Do I
Yes.
see orcs?
As you look up, you see 10 meters above on the rafters of the nave are 4 orcs that are clearly sort of waiting and watching, their attention more inward on a conversation that they're having, probably ready to look back at any moment.
Does my companion here see them too?
No.
I
He's oblivious to their presence.
I grab him by the shoulder.
Yep, he
Point up at the
turns.
orcs.
Okay. Can you give me a stealth test?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is going to be opposed, so
You do get a bonus for conceal.
+1, yeah.
Excellent. I'm just gonna put it in at DN3.
Yeah. I'll do mine too. So,
It's gonna be 3 successes.
okay, are you happy with this result?
Not especially. You guys mind if I pump the last 3 glory into this?
We were full up on it, actually.
Yeah,
so
we're
put
full
just
up.
3
Go
in.
for it.
Oh, in that case, I'm gonna pump 5 glory into this.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna pump 4 glory into this.
Are
Yeah.
you sure?
Okay. Are you...
Because you did succeed.
No. He just put DN3 in. This is going to be
sorry.
an opposed type test. So
Oh,
I'm
gotcha.
just not rolling mine now because you're not supposed to know it.
Yeah. So, like, and if these guys see me do this, then that means
Gotcha.
there's a big combat right now, and that could be really bad for us.
So 4, right? You wanted?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
is that
fine.
okay? Cool. 1 success. So that's
So a total of 4. Okay.
that is
Whoa.
correct.
It's still good. It's still good.
Shits myself.
Well,
So yes, Odo Roshi Rider.
I'm just-
Are you about to actually me, please?
bit of ruin point. No. Actually, I don't think they got that role. I've decided.
Well, Thurston, you will see. You are taking up the Erndil mantle of the Warhammer game. Excellent.
No, the game master.
All right. So how bad does he crump us, boss?
So basically, Alden, you go and like grab this man on the shoulder, and he doesn't like make any vocal sound, but there is a startled like shifting of his feet on the stone, which kind of echoes, and you can see as it's going on, and you're still looking up, you're looking at him. The last thing you hear from the green skin above is,
Looks it is we gonna get off this smelly water rock and then we get in a proper scrum. If we guess it, then I guess we gotta be the ones to slice stab.
and turns and hears it, and all of the orcs kind of like unfurl from their crouched conversation and look down. At this moment, you know that they've made contact with you, and this is going to be
Uh-oh.
a combat situation. So
Oh no!
oh
no! Good golly!
Good golly, Miss Molly. All right, so this is a weird situation. So some of you here are ambushed, whereas others of you aren't. So in this case, Alden Rosh is not ambushed. But only one of the greenskins is an ambusher. So I'm going to turn into combat here. Beginning combat. All right. So Alden, you get to go first because you're the only person who can act in this round, essentially, because it's an ambush round.
Okay.
So how it works is everyone else doesn't get a turn in the first round, so it's basically Alden and one of the great skins that will get to go. You can, however, choose to spend a glory to make your character aware of an ambush. I can also do this with rune points. So would any players like to spend a glory to make yourselves able to act in this opening round?
We have 2 glory left, by the way.
I think Roos should, and then no one else should.
I'm good with that.
So question, they're
Yes.
high above, right?
10 meters up.
Okay, yeah, so I'm not gonna be able to to charge them. Are they on what are they standing on? Basically what I'm wanting to do is can I charge into something and potentially make them fall down, or?
Probably not from where they are. They're 10 meters up, so they're
No, that's fine.
high
I'm
up. Yeah.
the pillar that they're on. That's what I'm meaning.
Oh, okay. So they're on they're in rafters above, so they're fairly sturdy. You could charge into something like that and try to do enough. It'd be really hard. I won't lie.
Okay.
Again,
they're on the
they're
stone pillars. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, because they're 30 feet up. So the amount of shaken damage that's gonna happen isn't gonna be a lot.
So I'll spend the glory so I can act this round.
Okay. So you spend 1, so that'll bring you guys down to 1. No one else is doing that?
No, I'm good with just letting Roos do it.
Okay, I am going to spend 1 rune to have another one of these orcs go. So please mark me down a rune point. At this point, now, who would like to go first?
I would like to go first.
All right.
I'm going to spool up the hotshot volley gun, and I'm going to make a pinning attack.
Okay.
Essentially, I'm going to be targeting. I assume it's these 2 orcs that are on ambush status.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm just going to target this guy. It's closest to me, and I'm going to make a pinning attack. I'm going to aim.
Okay.
DN. I don't know what my DN is.
You just target him. And
Yeah,
it'll do
it's
all that
equal
for
to
you.
the target. It's actually equal to their resolve instead of their defense. Is all.
Okay, grand.
Yeah, you can just target them, roll, and then
let's rock.
We'll figure it out.
Holy crap!
Damn.
Wow!
Not a single failure.
Good lord!
Well, now.
So I have
That'll do it.
I have good news. Yeah, their DN their resolve is 1, so you succeed by a lot.
That guy's really pinned.
But you do have 1 shift possible.
Yes.
get
You
another
can
guy, I
shift
think.
icons to add another target on a 1-for-1 basis.
Yes. I'm going to pin both of the orcs that are on ambush status.
Absolutely. Okay.
Really good job.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the end of the hotshot volley gun for a while, but I feel like that was worth it.
Okay. So if you are pinned, you hunker down behind cover. If you aren't behind cover, you move to the nearest cover. You can't leave cover, but can take other actions as normal. You suffer a +2 difficulty to ballistic skill tests when you target an enemy using a pinning attack against you. And yeah, you can attempt to rally pinned comrades. So basically, these guys are both going to be have increased difficulty because, like
put a
if they
status
shoot
on
you,
them.
for example. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. But with that, I'm going to ask before I go with any of these 2 pinned guys. Roos, do you want to seize the initiative? You still could with a glory point if you want to.
Honestly, I kind of want to. I'm so scared they're going to grenade us. But if they grenade us, half this room's going to get hit anyway. So there's no way we can really dodge that. I'm going to say no. Mostly so I can still act after an orc goes.
Yeah.
Because I'm hoping one of them at least gets close enough or comes down. But if they just stay up and shoot, I can tank a shot.
The pinned orc will go. The pinned orc will pull out a stick bomb grenade and throw it down at you.
God damn
Right. Now, Speaker did a really good job here, though. Because now there's some difficulty here. Because the base difficulty is going to be 3, but now that's going to be increased to 5 because of the pinning. So
Yes.
I think the math here will work, but he is going to he is pinned up top. He is going to throw a grenade down at the group. He is going to target it on this poor guy with you, and we will see what happens. The difficulty here should technically be 5, so I'm hoping it works. So still not enough. So that will miss, which is always fun. So he grows. He's like, you're basically blasting up with this hotshot gun, like las gun up at them. Like laser fire is kind of going over the rafters. Oh, I have this, and he throws this down, kind of like as a bit of a, attempt to repin you or kind of suppress you guys. But the grenade doesn't quite hit correctly. So this is the targeting point. This is going to scatter. So fails, you miss the target. So I roll a d6 to determine where it goes. For reference, it's basically 1 is straight back, and then it goes 2, 3, 4, and all the way around. So
come on, 2.
Yeah. 6. So it will go this way. Yeah, and then I will. I double this for how far it deviates.
Yeah.
Yeah. So technically, this will go 10 meters. So it'll hit the ground and kind of like bounce off. It's not going to be great. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to say how this is going to happen is it's actually going to sort of bounce off because he's throwing it wildly. It's kind of flying off these stone rafters that they're on and sort of coming down. It actually bounces off the ground at a weird angle and goes towards the window, the stained glass window here, where it smashes through at a weird angle. And then it detonates. Now, because of the radius and how far it ends up moving, only one person is going to get hit by this grenade, and that will be the dear Captain Alden Rosh.
I can take it.
So, one thing you should note, if you are hit by the blast radius of like a weapon like this, you can attempt the full combat defense option. If you do this, you add 1 plus any icons you would basically rolled to your resilience instead of your defense, because you're basically tanking it. So this will protect you more. It's representing like diving for cover, stuff like that. So essentially you would make an initiative test, and then any of the icons you get would go towards your resilience here. If you do that though, you can't perform movement or combat actions on your next turn.
I fear no grenade dropped by any pernicious Xenos.
All right, I'll roll damage. All right.
Well, go ahead, undercut me then, I guess.
Sorry, sorry. Keep going.
No, you're rolling
The moment's gone now.
Fine. Fine, I guess. For some reason, the damage thing wasn't showing here, so I just have to roll this manually. 1 sec.
It should be on there. Should be on
It doesn't. It's doing one of those things where it's not giving me the
the right
actual
tab
damage.
for equipment. Or
No.
actions or combat.
It's okay. So it's because the grenade missed. It doesn't give me the roll damage because it assumes it missed. So it's being silly.
Okay, I feel you.
Yeah. That's fine though. It's 9 plus. One. It's 10. It's 10. You take 10 damage total.
I see. Well, I shall try to soak it with my determination.
Yes. Hey!
Nothing.
Nice.
Did you fill in the?
Oh yeah,
wound
fill in the thing and roll again.
No,
Delete
I
that
didn't.
and then fill in the wounds you're taking.
Yeah,
I'll
when
do
you
the
click
stuff.
determination, you have to put in the amount of wounds you take.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just delete
I'm
that.
sorry.
Yeah, you got to put in the number so you can know what it's
Yeah.
doing.
Okay, nothing. All right. So
Uh,
I'm going to go ahead and.
So you wouldn't take 10 wounds. So
I would take
you
3.
you take 3. Yeah, you would count your resilience off of that first. So next time you fill in determination, you would just take the wounds that you take. So you'll take 3 wounds.
Damnable Xenos!
As this as all this comes with his move action, he rappels down and is on the ground now because he takes cover behind the pews here, and he's just like,
Also, homies here, we gotta get some.
and that's that guy's go. That to Roos, who can go in this surprise of rounds.
Time to get gabbing or get going.
Hate you. Hate you so
there's
much.
no way I can get up to the melee wise. So what
well, one of them came down, right? So this one's on the ground level now.
Oh, he's gonna fucking die. I charge.
Okay, cool.
You picked your last. You've activated my trap card, idiot. Roos will basically go like, "You aren't my son!" Goose, 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 and he just runs in there, Ripper gun just blaring as he charges in.
Yep.
Basically, he's gonna do that with his awesome talent of avalanche of muscle. I get +1 bonus die. There's gonna be 9 total on my dice pool as I charge into him.
It's still good. It's still good.
Die, great skin filth. That is, yeah, 7 successes with 1 shift. So I will take that, and I'm going to shift that into the damage,
DiMaggio. Yep.
and then I'm going to roll the damage, and I get 11 damage -1 AP.
Okay. So, let me see what I have here. 11 damage -1 AP.
Could I?
Oh,
No, never mind.
What's that?
Keep
What's
going.
that? Okay. I'm gonna spend a rune point. So mark me down 1 rune point,
Okay.
please. I'm going to spend a rune point to roll determination. So that is going to be. I'm going to take, let's see here, a total of 12. Going to take 7 wounds from this. 7 whole wounds. I'm going to roll my determination. I will take 4 wounds and 3 shock.
Yeah, so he's dead now, right?
He's still alive.
No.
Yeah.
That's all I can do. That's the end of my turn.
Like you rush up to him, you stick the Ripper gun in him. He's like bellowing, "Oh no!" Whoa! As he stares into you. This is very rare for you, Roos. This greenskin didn't die with your first hit, and he's just staring at you now wildly.
I'm here to give you a good fight, huh? You always want a good fight. You know what? I'm just gonna give you a good death.
As you say that, the other commando drops down, kind of in a bit of a pincer maneuver here.
Yeah.
God no! But as he's dropping down, he's throwing a grenade.
You motherfucker.
Another one?
Yeah.
This is
boy.
recompense from last episode.
This kind of is. I was like, I wrote this adventure. I wrote their tactics. I'm a jerk. We're gonna toss it there for good effect. He's still pinned though, so once again, I'm gonna have to see how this works out, right? So the difficulty here is actually going to be 5 because of the pinned check. Actually, yes, 5 because of the pinned check. So I'll just manually increase that to 5. And he's going to toss a grenade, and we're going to see what happens. He misses terribly. So let's find out where the grenade goes. Again, 1 is straight back, and then it kind of goes around. Grenades are fun when I get to use them. Okay, so 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually, it's gonna go straight back this way, out the door. It's gonna go 1d6 times 2. Oh
Damn,
god. Okay,
That goes
okay.
12 meters. Fucking
It hits the
away.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Fucking
hit
like
anybody.
hits the statue. It like lands outside. You just hear this fucking kaboom. Like the orc who does it doesn't even seem to notice that it went wide. He rappels down with like his slug at the ready. Whoa! And that's his go. That ends this entire round of combat. We now enter a whole new round of combat. You get to decide who will go first.
I'll take the first napkin if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm down with it.
Okay. So, let me double check the range on compel, actually. What is it? Oh, 5 meters. God, it has to be really close, doesn't it?
I'm sorry, your psychic powers have ranges.
I know. Fuck, that's true. Well, I was gonna have one of them push his friend down. So... Yeah, I really don't want to just get lit up the second I step in there, huh? But I do want to get dull pain on Roos. So what I'm going to do...
Definitely
the rest
getting
of
a cover will help out too, in case they shoot.
For sure. So I'm gonna move like here-ish, like behind this pew. And I'm going to... The rest of my party's gonna be shooting, right? That's what y'all are planning?
Yeah,
Because
I'm
I
gonna
can
be
tip...
meleeing, but it's fine. Everyone else should be good.
Okie dokie. Then I'm going to drop conceal and switch it out for reveal. And I'm gonna drop that between these guys so they can't benefit from cover.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're doing library traveling.
Okay, so let's give that a try. That goes off.
Okay.
No shifts, unfortunately, but it is it says blast 6 area of effect.
Yeah, so it's 6 meters radius, so you're good.
Okay. Then yeah, so I'll drop that between these two, and then I will hit Roos with a dull pain.
In fact, if you want, here I can... You could even drop it like there if you want to.
Yeah, get
And
all
that
of
way
them.
when the other ones come down, you could actually even center it more if you want. That way none of them would get cover when you...
Okay, yeah, I'll do that then.
Cool.
And then dull pain on Roos.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Damn.
it's got a shift
Exalted.
possible. So
You crit.
indeed.
Yeah.
So I'll shift those. Oh, I can only reduce your shock by 1. or further reduce your shock by 1.
Yeah, I haven't taken any damage yet, so but this works out.
Yeah. Well, just anything that you take incoming, you're gonna reduce your shock by 2.
Is that how that works, or is it like a heal?
I believe so. Let me double check. Dull pain. While this power remains in effect, reduces all shock they suffer by 1.
Cool. Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. Awesome.
So it will be by 2 this round.
Nice. All right.
Let me target Roos. Apply dull pain, and I think that'll work.
Cool.
Yeah, I got
It goes on his character. It
Oh,
doesn't give him
got
a
him.
little icon. So
Okay.
He's got it. Yeah. All right.
Cool. That's my goal.
All right. Well, then I will go with an
I
orc.
would like to spend the glory, actually.
Yeah, you should do that.
Also, are you done with conceal, by the way?
Yeah, conceal's done.
Okay, I'll like that.
Oh, yeah.
I will
Conceal's
minus
done.
ourselves a glire. Go forth, Alden.
So, despite my wounds, I'm going to reload my hot
Your
shot
last
rifle
magazine.
with the last mag. And I'm going to try and deal with these orc filth. I am going to start with this individual.
Mhm.
And
He's
I am
not getting cover anymore, so.
most excellent. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this a spray shot.
Okay, remember, and I only say this because remember, at this point you're out of ammo.
Yes,
So if you spray shot, you can't reload your gun after this.
I am tragically aware.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Oh, do I want this to be my last shot?
Yeah, honestly, you can get
Could-
several shots in if you just normal shoot them.
Yeah, you know what?
because
You're
you can
right
just
about
like keep firing, and basically if you do standard firing with no other bonuses, like no sprays, no full autos, you can just keep firing until you get a complication that kills you. Like
Yeah,
that
and
causes
they
your
You know what?
stroke.
And
I like
yeah.
your funny words, Magic Man.
I'm just trying to make sure that you're not like, why the fuck does my gun suck? Oh, it's because I always
No,
unload.
no.
I'm always fucking Ramboing every time.
That's totally the idea. Is I wanted the big Rambo gun because I liked a big Rambo. But you are right. All right, let's go. We'll just fire a normal shot. Well, not full auto. Well, I suppose this is full auto. Otherwise,
yeah,
it's full
narrative
auto.
wise, you're dumping rounds.
Yeah.
Oh no, you complicated.
Oh, fuck off.
Here
Hey.
it comes, dude.
Hey, guess
Oh,
what?
no.
Hey, guess what? Hey, let's all see, guys. Before you do anything, let's see what the complication is.
Get fucking dunked on.
Oh, you got me. You got me.
Idiot, it's reliable. I ignore the first complication related to this weapon per scene.
Good.
Can
Good,
Aloysus'
thank
thing
fucking
counteract
Christ.
your shit or only his shit?
I could counteract it, but I would have to basically own it, I think.
What does your thing
Oh
say?
my god.
I may ignore any complication involving Imperial technology in the scene, so I think it has to be on an
You
interaction
may.
with me.
You
Oh.
may, yeah.
Yes.
Man.
You know what? I'm gonna choose to ignore that Captain Alden Rosh had a complication.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
I'm doing it
already
anyway, so you can save it when you get the one that
No,
blows
no,
off your
no,
arms.
no. Asterisk,
I'm-
asterisk. You can't use it on someone like you. Like you
Oh, yeah,
would
no,
have
no.
to be the initiator. Okay.
I understand that. I understand full well what you meant by that. I'm crossing my arms and doing badass
Oh,
voices pose at you. Yeah, no, I'm ignoring his complication.
yeah, fuck
How about
you.
that?
Okay, it's reliable. Very good.
Epic. I'm going to roll the damage
Epog.
now. Oh, I did get to shift one. Would I get to shift it onto damage?
Yeah, so up to 11, so 13 total.
AP minus 2.
Pretty good. I'd be a little
Yep.
Khelrana, a little den guy, get that guy dead,
We,
You know, make
we
him-
can
make him
we can
slam.
only hope. We can only pray.
It's enough to kill him.
Yay!
As you punch through and do the 6 wounds necessary to end this orc's life.
Die, Zach!
Was that? He turns, and there's just this bolt that goes straight through his skull.
Hold this hallway for all you're worth!
Got it, boss.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go
Hold
with
it.
an
I
orc.
thought we were just pushing forward. Just kill them. The orcs.
Gonna go with an orc.
That's
Gonna
allowed.
move. It's gonna run across the rafters.
Oh,
Do you want to know what it's gonna do next?
Big grenades, I swear to
Another
God.
fucking-
I'm
he's
punch
gonna
you at
run
Gen
out of
Con.
ammo.
He's gonna pull out a grenade.
Motherfucker.
I was saying it ain't so.
Again.
Also, for
Well, if I-
podcast listeners, Alden won't lose ammo because he has reliable. Throws his
Reliable,
gun, so he's
yeah.
good. Just for
It's
context.
gonna look exactly at Aloysus and huck it. Now, in this case, I forgot something, and it's very important here.
All these grenades are boomerangs.
He's going to use his ability Sneaky Git,
Sneaky git.
Yeah.
which is on the first round of combat. He can use his stealth dice pool for any test, so he'll do that. His
Oh.
stealth dice pool is far superior to his
Why-
ballistic skill.
Why is he so sneaky?
Dun, 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 dun,
They're
dun,
all
dun, dun, dun.
commandos.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
They're the
they are
sneaky orcs.
actually. They're all fucking commandos.
Oh,
big-
all of them.
Oh,
These guys
good.
specialize at sneaking in at the end of the game and stealing your command point.
And this one will I'll just do this little thing here.
Aloysus, look out. He's stealing your command points.
So the grenade will stick and explode.
I think I might die.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You have to believe.
All right,
I have
believe-
one defense.
You would not believe your eyes.
So as a reminder, you can always choose at this point to full defense as a reaction.
Can I
If you
full def-
do, you roll. It's important you know how this works, though. You
Okay.
make an initiative test, so it's only valuable if your initiative is decent.
Let's see, initiative.
It's one of your core attributes.
My core attributes. Yeah, that's one.
Okay,
Oh.
so you probably don't want to do it. You probably just want to suck the damage I'm about to throw at you.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Unless anyone else would like to. But remember, that does prevent you from acting later in the go.
Bruce looks at the explosion and goes, nah, I win.
No,
So I'll
I'd
do
win.
11 damage total with this.
Okay, I have 5 resilience.
And so you have 5 resilience. You can roll determination, though.
I'm
So
going-
you would take 6 wounds from this.
Okay.
Do I also take
Oh,
this, or is
I
it just him?
I
Everyone.
gotta next that because I didn't roll for to put the 6 on there. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Everyone will take this. Everyone in the party.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
If I take that, I'm down to no wounds.
2 wounds and 4 shock.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to use my last wrath on this.
Or glory. Yeah, or glory, too, if yeah.
Yeah, we have no more glory. We ran out.
Oh, okay. Well, then
Shoot,
get
I
down
forgot
to...
to put in the amount of things. Damnation.
All right,
Oh,
roll my
Just re-roll it with the
determination.
correct amount of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I'm wrathing that.
Ooh,
Oh,
oh,
God.
much
Ooh.
better.
Oh,
There you go.
okay.
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 Wrath of mine because I only rolled like a 1, 1, 2, 3, and only 1, 4, so I got nothing. Wrath in that. Because hell no.
Okay. Sorry, everyone started rolling, so I don't know what's been going on.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
I'm
Like
scared.
we'll determine what's going on. Okay, I rolled
Okay.
a far better determination.
Okay, let's scroll up to Hulky first, because Hulky is at the center of the blast.
Oh, dear.
All right.
You mother.
Oh wait, I didn't need to do that. Never mind.
You take 2 wounds and 4 shock.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, not bad.
So mark that up. Cool.
I did.
Then, Speaker, you take 2 wounds, 2 shock.
That is correct.
Perfect. Odo, you take
1 wound, 5 shock.
1 wound, 5 shock. Okay, cool. And then Roos takes.
Okay, so I fucked up on mine. I just forgot resilience existed. My resilience is 9, so I want to only do 1 wound. I've already succeeded one of the determination rolls already, so I'm just
well, actually, yeah, and it
winding
wouldn't even
back.
matter because you, yeah, as long as you do the dull pain, you've still got that. So
Yeah,
you take
and dull
nothing
pain
from
and
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I just fucking forgot. My bad.
Yeah.
So I'm fine.
Yeah. This is funny.
Ow.
This is funny. I'm going to look at the little man now. 1 sec. See what happens
Not the little
to
guy.
the little guy.
Not the
What's
little
gonna
man.
happen to
Little man
what's gonna
away.
happen to our funny little character?
Well, he's going to take he's going to take 8 damage from this,
Ooh.
which I don't know if he can survive. We'll find out.
Thurston killing his own cool NPC.
cool art.
That's not bad.
He determines.
So 2, he does. 2. Well, he's still not good though. So he's gonna go to dying. I'll treat him like a PC. It's funny. So he will, Hulky, you're closest to this man physically.
I am.
Can you roll me a d6, please?
Sure. 4.
Okay. Oh, well, that's great. This all like breaks his jaw. Which is
Oh.
probably not good
Ah.
for a guy whose mouth is already stitched shut, but
That's
as
true.
the shrapnel just kind of like cracks his head over, he looks wide-eyed and falls down on the ground. And that's it for that orc. Who would like to go next? We'd already had Odo go. We'd had that one go. Who would like to go next?
I'll go ahead and go and try to finish off this orc.
Yeah, okay.
So he doesn't decide to look at me and go, "Oh, I'm gonna throw another one," and then just, you know, yeah. Roos will look at this guy. So, Thurston,
Yes.
to charge is a straight line, right? Well, never mind. What I want to do is I would have to disengage. I was gonna be cheeky, go, and then go, but no, you have to disengage and all that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just stab this guy with the bayonet.
All right. Do it.
What I'm
Kill
going
this
to do,
orc.
in fact, is do some awesome stuff. All right, I was supposed to look at this like as I was going in.
You're fine.
You know, seeing all my amazing attack options and my
I hit
roll
the thing.
Yeah, it's like normal hit things. I was like, oh, can I do something else that would be like, oh man, I could totally, you know, full on do it. All right, I messed up, so we're just gonna normally hit him. Whoop.
Yep.
It should kill him just fine. That's success of an 8.
Yep.
2 shifts possible. What I'm going to do, I'm gonna shift 1. I'm gonna shift 1 to glory and 1 to damage.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
idea.
Perfect. Sounds good.
So 1 to glory, 1 to damage, just so we can get some glory in the pool. So hop. We got glory now.
Well,
And I'm gonna roll damage 10 with AP minus 1.
this orc dies a terrible death.
What accent was that, Thurston?
Terrible death.
He dies a
Ran.
terrible death.
So
He
Roos
dies.
just stabs him into the chest and starts lifting him up, and he's like, "Whoa!" And the orc is like, "Whoa!" And then he just basically just and then like cuts him from bottom to up, like as he gets cut in half. And he looks at the other orc that's behind him, which I assume this orc to the right of Roos has dropped down at this point. Or is he still in the rafters?
Oh, no, he's still in the rafters because he moved. He had to run up top. So
Okay. He kind of looks up at him and then points and goes, "Oh, you fucking go next. Don't fight me. So why you using grenades like a wimpy little git?
I see you's got some throwy boom boom rocks too.
And I didn't use them because I wanted to have a good fight.
I didn't think you was worthy of a good fight. You look kinda weenie.
It seems to me that you can't count 2 guys are dead and we still are alive.
Well, you wanna know the funny thing? When I'm up here, you're ignoring the guy coming for your back.
There's no one behind me. That guy's dead.
I know.
You're supposed to be dead. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that guy's dead, actually. What do you got now, huh?
Well, I got an idea.
Roos dabs on him as he
no.
fucking ends his turn.
This guy runs up.
Not another one.
God.
Not another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Not another one.
Another one.
I've got one last one. Do I do it? Yeah, I do it. Yeah.
Roos did taunt him.
It's true, he did.
Will he throw a grenade like a little bitch baby, or will he come and fight him in glorious combat? After just
one
killing
moment.
2 of his boys. With glorious orc melee. It's a good crumpin' fight this guy is, you know?
You know what? This guy can't quite reach you with his movement, so he can't get into glorious melee with you.
Well, he could charge.
No, the guy up top. You
Yeah,
did
that's
this
right,
guy.
he
He
can
already
charge.
acted. This one already acted.
Yeah, the other guy. Yeah, the other guy's
This
go up.
one's over
Oh.
here. He's on the rafter. He's
Yeah.
10 meters up.
Yeah.
Okay.
on his way.
If you're okay. He can't charge in a straight line and propel down.
I mean, he's just on his way, though, you know?
I'll halfway meet you, Zoran. I'm gonna
bullshit you, I'm sorry.
halfway fucking meet you here, you punk. I'm gonna throw one more grenade.
I tried, gang.
Well,
You did your best, buddy.
But you've noticed him. I'm gonna say this one's not counting. He's ambushing you. He's just gonna roll his straight ballistic skill. Call this the sympathy. The sympathy.
Yeah,
move.
this is the meeting of the minds, you know? This is the...
Yeah.
shake hands.
He's
They're
not
orcs, but you wanna
using
use
the
your
extra
grenades.
4 dice that he
Yeah,
gets.
this is me trying to roleplay orcs with you, and this is you wargaming orcs with me. We're playing Warhammer. We're not playing Wrath of Glory anymore.
I've missed with the grenade.
Oh, there's no
Little
missing with
fire.
grenades unless you roll a 6 on that one roll.
No, there is.
No, yeah, that's what I
it-
said. If you rolled 6 with that one roll.
Well, no, we're gonna find out because.
I really
Well,
want
hey,
to
I
roll
could
a
also
2.
do a 4 and it could go through the door again.
That's what I want. I want that or to go back to... It's a 2!
1, 2. So it's gonna go this way.
I thought
Oh,
2
come
went back
on.
this way.
No, one is straight back because it's the direction you're firing it. So
Okay.
the direction is this way. Yeah. So 1 sec here. I realized it would have probably had to have been there because otherwise I'm gonna bounce and hit the wall and
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
all of you. Let's do this times 2. 10. So once again, I think this one is going to, it's going to be the same as before. It's basically going to bounce down to there. It'll hit the wall there, but it's only going to be because of the stuff around it. Like there's these thick walls here. The only one who's going to get hit from this is Khelrana.
come on now.
Goodbye, Khelrana.
1-800. Come on now.
Meh.
Goodbye, Chewbacca.
Goodbye.
We dropped a moon on you.
Yeah, only true.
That's what
old
happens
heads remember.
when you...
I'm
miss
going
with
to do
ketamine.
12 damage to you, Khelrana.
12 damage, that is.
So that will be 5 actual wounds to you.
5 wounds it is.
As the stick lands bounces and goes straight south of you because the orc is barely paying attention as he throws it because he's looking at Roos.
All right, I'll roll my determination.
Yes.
I'll determinate it. Ugh.
You'll take
4
4
wounds,
wounds
one
and 1
shock.
shock. Okay, thanks.
I'm hurting. I'm not down, but I'm hurting.
Sorry. Who would like to go next? Sorry, I'm gonna.
I think we've all gone.
Yeah,
No.
I think. No, not Aloysus.
Not I. Not I.
No,
I
that's
didn't full
right.
defense.
Except for the
That's
hero
right.
Aloysus.
Yeah.
Bum, ba-da, bum.
The Aloysus
hero
and
of
the
the
arc
Imperium.
pistol.
Well known.
The arc
hero of the
pistol.
Imperium.
Well, no.
Well known, in fact. Well, I don't want to deal with these orcoids again.
Let's see. How far are you? You are 8 meters away. You are within shoot your head range. I'm not going to call the shot because I'm not that smart. Aloysus will level the arc pistol at the orc closest to Roos. Make sure it's targeted.
The one up on the rafters. Yep.
It's always grenades with you orcs. Whoa. Yes, Winety, I'm familiar with you. Do me a favor and perish. Oh, a complication. I'm going to choose to ignore that.
Yeah.
That's fair. You use your sacred tech oils.
Whoa.
Oil that
greasing-
shit up.
I wish I could
Greasing
oil
my
myself
palms,
up to
lube it
ignore
up.
my problems.
I hate this. Roll damage. Roll fucking damage for me. Just roll it. I want this to end.
15 damage.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Damn son.
AP -1.
Yeah, so that's like effectively 16 damage. 11. Oh, okay. So Roos is like, come on down here. Fight me. Come on, we're gonna have this big epic duel. And then you just incinerate this orc with a blast of coruscating energy. He just dies, falls down. Thump.
Just blow off his upper torso like Buzz in Toy Story 2. Just vaporized.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
dude.
Shakes off the hand, cools a little bit. I'm sorry, Roos. Were you in the middle of something?
No, you're doing good, sir. Just that other one that has decided to become the bitch. Oh, it's gonna.
Who would like
clump
to
'em.
go first?
Rosh, don't swear. It's unbecoming of an officer. I'll
I'm
take
an
aim.
officer.
Yeah. I'm an officer.
I
You'll
can't
take it.
promote it.
Speaker is taking the initiative by bribing Roos. Okay.
Bruce
You're
is
an
stun
officer.
locked
I'm
at his
going
field
first.
promotion.
You are officially Corporal Roos.
Wow.
All right, yeah. I'm going to take aim, and I'm going to fire a normal shot.
Okay.
Normally?
Let's see how normal it is.
Normal it up.
I'm so normal.
That is extremely normal.
a lot of 3 shifts, dude. You can just
Holy
pump
fuck.
it.
9
Damage.
successes,
Good lord.
3 shifts. Let's put them all into damage. Okay, great.
Oh,
That should
here,
still
let
be
me
3
let me
shifts
help you out
again.
here, speaker. See those 3 6s? Click
Yes.
them for me. And you'll see they'll light up. And then once they're all lit up, right click them and do apply. There you go. Now
okay.
do roll damage. There you go. Now it's 15.
Oh, that's 15 damage
Yeah.
instead of
Way
10.
better. It's way better.
That's much better.
Well, let me see. Oh, the orc can't survive this either, so he also dies. You kill steal from Roos again. As you line up, like literally almost in the same location, there's just like a line, you just move up 10 meters, account another just headshot as you blast through its skull and it tumbles down.
Just a clean little asshole right through its head.
Yup. And with that, as quickly as it began, combat is over. The sounds of ringing explosions from repeated grenade detonations are done for. The man with the sort of like scroll work is beaten and bleeding on the ground in front of you, heavily wounded but not dead, and a stillness kind of overcomes everything. Now, I know we established that Roos can't read. That's correct?
Yes.
Okay. As Alden, you survey everything. Aloysus, you're getting up, trying to breathe and figure out what has just happened, that you've been at the epicenter of so many explosions. Khelrana, you as well. Alden, you look over things and you notice the plinth at the far end of the room, which once contained something, but the glass within it has been shattered. And you see the sort of brass plate there that reads Saint Hephaestion's thigh bone. But the case is now broken and empty. And that is where we will call it for tonight.
Yippee!
Thank you so much.
They got the bone.
Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Hope you guys had an amazing time. Remember, if you want to support the show, narrativedeclaration.com. You find all this stuff along with Patreon, patreon.com/narrative declaration. Catch the shows early as we release these bi-weekly. Of course, you can subscribe on Twitch to get the VOD early, along on YouTube as a membership, and these will come out for free on a bi-weekly schedule. So don't worry if you can't pay and stuff. I understand the world right now, so don't worry. We still got your back. But of course, thank you, Hulky Crow, for being here.
Thank you very much for having me, Zoran.
Thank you, Orochi.
Like you.
And thank you, Speaker D. Please follow all their socials down below. Sorry, let's do that. I'm sorry, I'm rushing too much. Hulky, where can they find you? My bad.
They can find me on X for now, Blue Sky, and pretty much everywhere under the same username. You can find me at all the same places. Those are the most active places I am, and Discord too.
And Odo, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter for now at Odoroshi Writer. You can find me on Tumblr, also at Odoroshi Writer. You can find me on Blue Sky at Odo Bites, and you can find me on the Discord as just Odo.
And Speaker, where can they find you?
You can find me on X for now at Super Snake Kick. You can find me on Blue Sky at SpeakerD.bsky, and you can find me behind you right now.
And Thurston, where can they find you?
All the things at Uncalled GM. That's what I got.
Of course, for me, I've been your host this evening. You can find everything at zornthebeer.com for me. And of course, feel free to subscribe to the Narrative Declaration to find more funny tabletop RPG fun times. Thank you all so much for watching. We all hope you have a lovely time. Please stay safe out there, and we'll see you all next time. So long and farewell.
Goodbye.
The Dark City! The Dark City! The Dark City! Whoa, boys!